What's going on, guys? It's Steve. This is my 2017-2018 NBA MVP prediction. Now, right now, the MVP is fairly obvious. Okay, it's fairly obvious. But there are a few players that are making reigns for MVP. Now, I'm going to save who I think is going to win MVP for last. So, the few players, obviously, we have LeBron James doing his thing. Now, the reason why I think LeBron James stands a major chance for winning the Most Valuable Player award is because Isaiah Thomas is injured, Derrick Rose is injured, Tristan Thompson is injured, his entire team pretty much is injured, really, and he's dominating. The dude is 33, about to be 33 in December, and he's still doing everything better than when he was like 27, 28, 29. It's crazy. The guy's only getting better. His shot is only getting better. He's bringing his team up. You know, they're on a 3 or 4 game win streak now. But the thing that I think is going to halt LeBron in terms of winning this MVP is the fact that they started off slow. I mean, that has to be the deciding factor in winning MVP. If you look at the MVP awards from history, excluding Russell Westbrook, because that was very strange, excluding Russell Westbrook, those players had great starts throughout the entire season. You want to go back 08-09, LeBron 66 and 16, 09-10, 61 and 21. Okay, 2010, Derrick, was it? No. 08, 09, 09, 10, I'm stupid. Derrick Rose in 2011. Consistent throughout the entire season. Dominant, 25 points per game. Youngest MVP in NBA history. And actually, the first pick to win MVP since LeBron James, which was obviously 2 years prior. 2012, LeBron James, 2013, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, 2014. All 3 of those years, all 3 of those players were consistent. 2015, Stephen Curry, I think they went 67 and 15. They won the NBA championship consistent. Obviously, the playoffs don't count. And then obviously the 73-9 Warriors, first unanimous MVP, did his entire. That was probably one of the best seasons in NBA history. Absolute historical. He marked his place in history. Like, look, you may not like me, but you can't deny the fact that I'm one of the greatest ever, right? But anyway, so you look at that, and then you look at what LeBron James is doing. It's like, okay, he has all of these, you know, he meets all the criteria except for he didn't have a great start to the season. Well, he did statistically, but his team didn't, and that's going to be a big problem. So that's why I think LeBron stands a chance, but I don't think he's going to I don't think he's actually going to win MVP. Now, this is a dark horse, and this is someone that a lot of people are going to say, Steve, you're out of your mind. Now, I think his chances of winning MVP are like 1 or 2%, so just keep in mind, he has a really small chance, but it's still a slight chance. You know, a chance is a chance. It's like winning the lottery. You can still do it, but the chance is so small that most likely you won't. Now, who do I think is going to do this? And that's Kristaps Porziņģis, because if you look at the New York Knicks, when was the last time we had an all-time great player leave a team or get traded from a team, and then that team's actually better without him? So far, the season just started, so we can't really say that as of yet. But I'm saying as of now, they're better without. Actually, the Knicks started off just as good last year. I mean, they started off, what, like 7-4, 7-3, and then they started to slow down, and Derrick Rose disappeared for a month, and all this other crap. We could have made the playoffs last year. But anyway, whatever. Kristaps Porziņģis, he's doing his thing. He's averaging 30 points per game. He's absolutely exploded this year. There's some inconsistency still in his play, but I think he is the best big man in the Eastern Conference, to be honest. I mean, if it ain't Kevin Love or Dwight or Hassan Whiteside, I actually think KP is better than Dwight. I think, and not prime Dwight. This is Dwight in Charlotte, out of his prime. I think he's better than Hassan Whiteside. The only problem I have is Kevin Love, because I really think Kevin Love is a great player. Now, a lot of people disagree with me on that fact because people think he's overrated, but there's no way you average 26 and 15 for like 4 years. You know, obviously it wasn't exactly that. It was like, let's say 26 and 12 for 4 years, and you're over. There's no way. He's just playing a different role. He's catching and shooting now. He's playing behind LeBron, and then he's going to play behind Isaiah, and he was playing behind Kyrie and all this other crap. So, you know, I just think he's still the best big man in the Eastern Conference. But, you know, it's fine if you disagree with me. So KP, I think he stands a slight chance of winning the Most Valuable Player award. A very small one, that is, but a chance is a chance. That's like saying, oh, well, my chances of winning the lottery, I still play that. And the other day, I got the Powerball at 2 of the numbers, and I was so hyped. I was like, oh, did I win? No, I didn't. But anyway, the next 2 really had the highest chances. And it all depends on how well they can keep up and if they can stay consistent like this throughout the year, which I know one person can for a fact. The other person, I'm kind of skeptical on if his team is going to continue winning. They're probably not going to be winning like they are now. But anyway, first up, Kyrie Irving. Now, I'm skeptical Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics are going to keep winning the way they are, simply because they don't have Gordon Hayward, simply because a lot of young players on that team, and consistency is tough when it comes to young players. Now, Kyrie's been in that situation in terms of being in the finals and, you know, struggling. He has the experience. Al Horford has the experience, but it's the younger players. Like, can Jason Tatum keep up his level of play? Can what's his name? Jaylen Brown keep it up? Marcus Smart. You know, so there's a lot of factors coming into play in terms of the Boston Celtics winning, but obviously their best player is Kyrie Irving. And Jason Tatum might win Rookie of the Year. I'll sit there and I'll tell you that right now. The dude's pretty much shooting 50, 40, 90 from the field. It's ridiculous. But anyway, Kyrie Irving has a really major chance of winning the Most Valuable Player award. And the reason why I say this is because look at the Celtics. 15 straight wins. When was the last time we had a team this dominant? The Warriors, the Miami Heat, you know, the Boston Celtics back in the day, San Antonio Spurs. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Who would have thought coming into the season with Gordon Hayward being injured in Game 1, breaking his leg and ankle, that they would still be at the top of the East? Who thought that? I didn't even think they would be at the top of the East with Gordon Hayward. Can you imagine if they had Gordon Hayward on this team? They would be absolutely dominating. They probably have 0 losses. It's insane, man. Kyrie Irving, he's doing his thing. Now, something about Kyrie is, it's kind of weird because his stats have gone down, but his production has gone up in the sense of he impacts the game so much more than just in terms of scoring. Because a lot of people think, oh, you know, you're a dominant scorer, that makes you the best player in the world. No, it really doesn't, because if that were the case, then my man Carmelo Anthony would be the best player in the world. If that were the case, then Kevin Durant would be the best player in the world, which he is the second best player in the world, you know? But if you think about it, you have LeBron James, who impacts the game on all levels, but he's not averaging 40, 35, 32 like some other player. He's averaging 29, 30. And for the last few seasons, been like 25, 26, 27. And his career is 27 points per game. You know? So you don't have to dominate in terms of scoring. So, yes, his points per game has gone down. But if you look at it, his production has gone up. Defensively, he's actually one of the best defensive players in the league this year. It's crazy. His passing has gone up. He's playing extremely... You know what it is? He's matured. It's the maturity. You're seeing that maturity. You're seeing the IQ actually raise up in terms of basketball, because this dude, if you believe that the earth is flat, you have to be a complete, let's just say, not smart. You have to be completely not smart. Because there's no way in hell this earth is flat. If one plane flies from New York to Japan, going across the Atlantic Ocean, and then another plane flies from California to Japan, going across the Pacific Ocean, how do they both get there, Kyrie? You're pissing me off, Kyrie. Anyway, look. Kyrie's doing this thing. I actually really enjoy watching him because it's not that he goes off and he dominates. It's like watching LeBron in a sense. Not to the level that, oh, he can do everything like LeBron. No, it's in the sense that he impacts it not only with his mind, but with his brain power now. He understands when to attack, when to be in beast mode, like A Boogie with the hoodie. Go beast mode. You know, he understands when to do that. And it's like, okay, wow, he really took that next step and he's really doing his thing this year, and it's crazy to see, because who would have expected the Boston Celtics? I actually expected Kyrie to average like 30, and the Boston Celtics to be like a 5th or 6th seed, and that's with Gordon Hayward. But without him, they're the top of the East. Kyrie's barely averaging 20, but he's doing his thing. You know, so he has a real major chance of MVP. And to be honest, now that I think about it, let me go to the next person first, and then we'll talk about it. All right, so next up is James Harden. Now, the Houston Rockets are doing their thing. They always do their thing. And the sad thing is James Harden, he doesn't always get robbed because honestly, I believe he deserved it over Russell Westbrook last year because he had a better record. The stats were, like, barely off. I mean, what did he average? Like 30, 8, and 12, right? 30 points per game, 8 rebounds, 12 assists. And Russell Westbrook averaged, what, 30, 10, and 10? You know, so... honestly, and James Harden was more efficient, less turnovers, better team record. I just don't understand how Russell Westbrook won it. I understand the triple-double thing, but if you really watch it, I'm not hating on the man Russell Westbrook. Dude is an absolute monster, because I'm not saying anyone can go and average a triple-double. All I'm saying is there have been times where it's like, okay, his teammates are leaving rebounds so he can get rebounds and all this other crap. Now, I'm not saying it's easy and anyone can do it, but I'm just saying I don't think Russell Westbrook deserved MVP, especially if you take winning into consideration, because if you didn't take winning into consideration, then somebody has to die. No. How did Kevin Hart say? Somebody's got to go. Because in 2013, there was a certain player that I think had a better season than another player, but just because his team was the second seed and the other person's team was the first seed, he didn't win MVP. Anyway, I got that off my chest. That's been really in my chest, deep down for a long time. But anyway, James Harden is dominating this year. He's averaging like 32 points per game, 8 rebounds and 12 assists, the same stats as last year. His team was winning, and that was without Chris Paul. He's dropping 50, he's dropping 40, he's dropping 38, he's dropping 27. He's just going crazy. His efficiency has gone up, turnovers have gone down, he's going crazy. But the thing that's going to hurt him is his ranking in the Western Conference, because if you think about it, the season just started. But if you look at the gap that Boston created, it's major. Like, there's no one close to Boston in terms of snatching that first seed. And no one's going to be close to them until maybe like March. It's going to be that long until, let's say, Cleveland can come close to actually picking up that first seed, unless Boston just goes on like a 20-game win streak. Because even if they don't win 15 in a row again and again and again, and they like, okay, they won 10 games, but they lost 5. If they do that for the next couple of months, until like March, they're still going to have like a 5 to 10 game gap ahead of Cleveland, because Cleveland's going to be like, oh, okay, we'll win 10 and we'll lose 5 also. So that gap that Boston created is going to be major in terms of the Kyrie Irving MVP. And you look at James Harden, it's like, okay, Golden State's at the top of the West. We all understand that's the best team in the world. Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, ridiculous, one of the best duos ever. We get that, right? And then you look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. The season just started. OKC is going to pick it up for sure. Kawhi Leonard's going to return maybe before Christmas. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a Christmas present. He'll come during Christmas. Who knows when he'll come, but he's going to come soon. And the Spurs are going to pick it up. And it's like, where's he going to rank? Where are the Houston Rockets going to rank with Chris Paul and James Harden, and Eric Gordon, and the rest of them? You know, so a lot of it comes into play. Based off of what I've said so far, I think it's going to go to Kyrie Irving, which means 4 years in a row James Harden ain't going to win. I feel bad for him. But at the same time, I also think James Harden has a really great chance of winning because of what he's doing this season. But honestly, just the whole fact that Kyrie left LeBron, he's playing better, he's more efficient, he's playing better defense, his team is better than LeBron's as of right now in terms of their record. That's crazy. You know, I don't think the Boston Celtics are going to beat the Cavaliers in the playoffs. They're going to get mollywopped in the playoffs. The Cavaliers are going to mollywop the Celtics in the playoffs, because the playoffs are a whole different animal, but Kyrie's doing his thing. So I think Kyrie, just the whole storyline is Kyrie's thing. You know, I think Kyrie's going to win MVP. It's been your man, Steve. Hope you guys enjoyed. You guys wanted these talk videos back, so I'm going to bring them back. I'm only going to react to like major games, and I'm going to be doing talk videos like I always do. It's been your man, Steve. I'm out. Peace.